Good evening from Exit Glacier in Seward, Alaska. We're taking an evening hike, and it's been a while since we've spoken to you. We've kind of been laying low the past 3 or 4 weeks. Been busy, but been laying low.
We needed a little time to recover and get some things taken care of at home. But worry not. The time is upon us to start traveling again and vlogging again.
We have plenty of adventures this summer. We just needed a few weeks to ourselves to get caught up on 7 months of housework and paperwork and not fun things. I don't want to show you guys things that aren't fun.
Nope.
Yeah, you know, sometimes we show you the ugly stuff when we get into situations.
I think before we do any more traveling, though, there are a few thank yous that we need to put out there.
Definitely.
First and foremost, thank you to our viewers, because you guys are the reason we keep doing this.
Yeah, all your comments are amazing. We love them.
And they make us feel loved.
YouTube is a much more rewarding experience than the other social media platforms. So right here is a sign that says 1951. You might wonder, is that an address? No, it's not. That's where the glacier was.
In 1951.
Yes. I want to take a second and let you know a little bit about Exit Glacier. It's about 7 miles or so outside of Seward, and it's a very accessible glacier. You can drive right up to it and take this walking path. I'm going to guess it's probably about 1.5 miles now.
That's what the sign back there said.
Okay. So, yeah, obviously the glacier's receding. So there's a couple trails. You can get down to the riverbed, and then there's this trail up to the edge of the glacier. But there's also a really good, hardy trail that's
Hardy underestimates it.
and it's also called the Harding Icefield Trail. We've yet to do this hike. It's 8.2 miles round trip and takes you right up to the edge of the ice field where you can just look over this massive sheet of ice.
You might be wondering what the Harding ice field is. It is the ice field that covers pretty much the entire north-south end of the Kenai Peninsula between here and Homer. So if this ice field wasn't here, it would only be 80 miles for us to drive to Homer if there was a road. It's 4,000 feet deep. When you fly over it, which we did last summer, and you might want to check out that video.
Yeah, I'll put a link to that video there.
But you can actually see little mountain peaks peeking out of the top of this glacier, glaciated ice, and it's thousands of feet deep.
So back to the thank yous. We got off topic. So we wanted to thank locally, the Alaska Life. You've seen us wearing their clothing. We have our Explorer bottle. This selfie stick monopod is from the Alaska Life. They were nice enough to give us some of their gear so we can try it out on the road and share with you guys. And we're pretty darn happy with it. We'd also like to thank Alaska Serigraphics. This is the company that made our decals for us for the motorhome, but they do pretty much everything that you could possibly need. But when they heard that we're doing a trip like this, they offered to give us a few of their t-shirts. So those t-shirts that you've seen that says "Rock On Dude" or the one with the
for food with the polar bear.
Yeah, that's a good one. That one, Dark Side of the Spoon, which has a salmon play on words with Dark Side of the Moon from Pink Floyd. But yeah, we really like their shirts and their original designs. We're really starting to climb now. Yep. We'd also like to thank the campgrounds that we have worked with along the way. Let's see if I can remember them all. We started off with Bailey's RV Resort in Maine. And then we went to OBX Campground, the Outer Banks of North Carolina.
And we went to Frisco Campground.
Yes, Frisco Woods Campground, a little further down the Outer Banks. And then Fort Morgan RV Park in Alabama. We worked with Pontchartrain Landing.
In New Orleans.
They were nice enough to give us a media discount. Then we also worked with Pismo Coast Village on the central coast of California. That is a beautiful RV park as well. And they also win the award for the best high-speed internet in the campsites. If you're wondering why I'm starting to huff, it's because we're pretty much hiking uphill right now. And I'm trying to project my voice for the camera. Here it is, as far as they're gonna allow us to walk on this path.
We would also be remiss if we did not thank all of the people, friends, family, that let us park in their driveway, stay at their house, use their washer and dryer, fill up our water tanks. You guys all know who you are. And
We didn't have to use a laundromat until Florida.
after Florida,
Well, no, I used it at the
Peace River.
Peace River.
Okay.
South Africa.
We did not use a laundromat from Anchorage all the way to Peace River, Florida. That tells you how many friends and family we got to visit. It was wonderful to be able to see everybody and visit family and friends that we hadn't been able to visit before, and just experience a little bit of life with them. So thanks for having us.
This is a beautiful time of year. So just a few days ago, all of these mixes of trees here, the leaves came out. And it's amazing how fast it happens in a very, very short time span. Mother Nature works that way. Moose, for example, in different regions, well, they will all drop their calves within one day of each other. And what that does is it prevents bears or other predators from plucking off the young. So if they all drop them at once, yeah, some aren't gonna make it, but it gives the others a few days head start to get their legs underneath them and get mobile. Like we were saying earlier, we have a great summer planned. Next week, we're gonna jump in the motorhome and hit the road for about 3 weeks. We're gonna head up to the valley, go to Nancy Lake, which is that South Raleigh campground that you saw as we were coming into the valley there. And then we're gonna head up to the Copper River and go dip netting.
We're at to Kennecott Mine while we're there.
Yeah, then we'll head down to the mine and go check that out again. And then we're gonna head down the Kenai Peninsula and show you guys some of our favorite spots down there.
The next trip that we have planned is something that we've been talking about all winter. You've probably heard us mention it. We are going to drive up the Dalton Highway to Prudhoe Bay, Dead Horse. This is the last highway in Alaska that Ben and I have to drive together. We've done every other road on the road system. And so we're gonna take the F-150.
Yeah, we talked about taking the Expedition, but that's a nice vehicle and the paint's good and
It doesn't have a ruined windshield.
yeah, it has a few stars, it's been christened in already, but we were thinking we have our F-150 that just needs a new set of tires and a few minor things I can do myself, and we'll just drive that up. It's got like 167,000 miles on it, but I've had that truck for coming up on like 18 years. So I trust it, I know it. I think it'll be good to pull the F-150 out of retirement. In a couple days, the Seward Fishing Charter Fleet is gonna be taking over 200 local servicemen out for a day of fishing, and then they're gonna get treated to a banquet dinner afterwards.
The national anthem does it for me. To stand in a room filled with over 200 people who have actually gone overseas and fought in wars, and then stand there and sing the national anthem with them, there's something very moving about that. These guys go home with like a really cool day's experience, plus Everybody gets something.
Yeah,
Additional.
whether it's a t-shirt or a hat, everybody's a winner. But the prizes are ridiculous. There's cash prizes, no shortage of guns, artwork, fishing trips, hunting trips, all kinds of really cool stuff.
Hotel stays.
Yeah, hotel, bed and breakfast stays, a little bit for everyone. Any bugs getting to you?
Yes.
My first,
You also swallowed a bug earlier. So.
yeah, my first summer up here, I was at a remote lodge learning the art of being a fishing guide. And I learned many, many lessons, but one of them was it never looks good if your fishing guide is doing this to flies all day long. It doesn't really install confidence in your clients. So that's why I've been accustomed to letting them fly.
Bugs?
Yeah, I'll swallow one, yeah. But just let them fly around.
I think it's because I'm a lot sweeter than you are, so they like me better.
I'll agree to that.
Thanks for coming for a walk with us today. We hope you enjoyed Exit Glacier.
Yep.
We are really looking forward to hitting the road next week and doing daily vlogs while we're out and about in Alaska.
Oh, you also made me remember something when you started talking about it. But we're going to turn the motorhome into a film studio one of these days and bust out a bunch of product review videos and tips and tricks.
Yeah, we're really excited to share the summertime in Alaska with you guys.
You guys were nice enough to share winter with us, so we're going to share our summer with you.
So we'll see you on the road.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Most importantly, enjoy the ride.
Ew.
Got a bug in my mouth.
I don't have a bug in my mouth, but yeah.
I know.